Self-concept is what you view yourself as. So I did talk about this in another video. That video did really well, so I decided to make a second part to this video. Not just a second part, but kind of a re-updated part. I'm going to repeat a couple things I did say in that video. Like, the first thing we want to do when we're changing our self-concept is to realize what self-concept we're in right now. So be honest with yourself, write it down. You can go into that video for like how to write it down and the prompts and stuff, but just write down what you think of yourself. Like, be honest. What is your limiting beliefs? What are things that you think about yourself that is holding you back or slowing you down or just keeping you in the same life that you don't want? It may be that I believe that I don't deserve a better life. I believe that I don't deserve better. It's personal to you. It could be anything. And don't limit even the limiting beliefs. Like, don't just put in a box of like the ones that you've heard. Maybe there's ones that no one's talked about that you hold. Well, be honest and write those down, because the only way we're going to change things is if we acknowledge them. Like I said in the previous video, write the new concept beside it that you are not that way. What's the actual truth? You thought that you don't deserve a better life. Well, the truth is I do deserve a better life. Those are your new self-concept, okay? That's just an activity you can do. If you want more details about that, go to the previous video, I'll link it below. But moving on, we're going to talk about new concepts here. So, changing your self-concept. I want you guys to hack the system. Hack your reality. Act as if you already have it in real time. Like, don't just say that. Literally act like it. It's kind of scary how this works because it genuinely works. Like, I've seen it work. This is the hardest part of this entire thing, is how to change your self-concept, is literally acting and believing in the life that you want. Stop thinking everything is impossible. Give this power and these beliefs to God, and to say, like, it's in His power. It's in God's power to move you into this new reality. We're growing. We're always evolving. We are always meant to grow. Why would you think your current reality is supposed to be your future? We don't want to grow into a plateau. We want to grow exponentially. Like, we want to just keep growing in the good way, not growing in a bad way. Some people just grow and they're just changed into a bad, and they're just getting worse and worse in their habits, or they're just plateauing. And for most of us, we're in a plateau where we can't see progress, but we don't have to be like that. We can move that plateau. We just need a little bit of a catalyst. And the catalyst can be God. The catalyst starts with you choosing to make it so. Hack the system and make your reality real. I've seen multiple videos on people manifesting certain things because they believe it to be true. It doesn't even have to be something that you think could even be possible. I'm going to segue out of that point and I'm going to go into a different point. Now that we've changed our view, okay, I want you guys to take action in a specific way. So what would this new version of yourself or this new person act? Like, how would they act in every single situation? Think of it in like every single aspect of life. Don't just think of it as like, oh, what would they wear? How would they talk? Like, those are the simple ones, those are the basic ones, but how would they sit on the toilet? How would they eat? How would they brush their teeth in the morning? What pillow would they sleep on? What type of person do you want to be? And how would that person live, and then live like that? Let's say you have an interaction and someone does something you don't like. Okay, your initial reaction may be a certain thing. Okay, now how would this new version of yourself, this new self-concept that you want to implement, how would that person act? What choices would they choose? Let's pretend every single aspect of your life and every single interaction that you have, every choice that you make is kind of like, almost like a VR, virtual reality, and you can just choose what option. Picture it like a multiple choice question. Which option would they choose? Would they choose to react with anger? Would they choose to just ignore the situation? Would they choose to walk away? Would they choose to talk about it neutrally? How would they choose? And the thing is, you know what that higher version of yourself would choose. You know deep down what they would choose. You know deep down what to do. The right thing is always the right thing to do. And whenever you're in doubt in these situations, always ask yourself, like, this is just a standard question, what would someone that loves themselves do? And answer that honestly. Okay, I gave you the practical steps, and now I want to get into the details, like the nitty-gritty details of things that maybe you don't see as much. I'm not telling you that this is going to work 100% for you. It's going to transform your life, but this is what has worked for me, and I've seen it kind of like a catalyst or life hack that I would definitely 100% recommend to you. So let's not lie to ourselves. Social media is a big part of our lives, okay? I want you guys to either choose your saved, because it's probably not going to be your likes, or I want you guys to choose a certain account that you send it to. You can send it to yourself, or you can send it to a separate account if you have a second account. Certain videos and aesthetics that are going to put in your mind the mental images you need to remind yourself of this future you, this higher version of yourself. Things that are the visuals of your higher self or your higher version or the goals that you want. Put them all into one section. So every time that you're on social media or you're scrolling and you want to have that like dopamine, because we're all addicted to this dopamine, you can take like a break and look at this part. So although it's still on social media, you're doing something that's reinforcing a life that you want. It is subconsciously programming you for the life that you want. This is like such a life hack that is actually insane. Sometimes I'll do this and I'll have a Pinterest board or like something that shows a certain aesthetic or certain something that I want, and I actually achieve it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like looking back at my Pinterest board, I actually have these things, or I have this certain something, like this thing that I had pictures and videos saved kind of came true. So this is the concept that goes back to a vision board. Vision boards are nice, but we want like something that has more emotion tied to it. Vision boards, we can look at them and maybe it's just not stimulating enough. It's just not gonna bring in the emotions that we need, because for really bringing these things into our lives and really shifting our self-concept, we need the emotions to come with it. We need to feel, how is it going to feel? So when you watch a video and it's like an inspiration or some type of like video where you feel motivated and you feel like, oh my gosh, this is like the aesthetic, this is like the visuals that I need to program myself into the version that I want to be, and you feel it, like you feel the emotions that come with this, like watching this, save that in this saved. So have your entire TikTok saved as just this, or you can make a separate board, like a separate folder for this, or you can just send it to yourself. And now you can look back and make it like a daily practice or maybe a weekly practice that you go in and look at, rewatch all of those things. So now you have all those emotions coming up and you're feeling all that, and you're also like stimulating your mind and programming your mind. It's like forcing it on you. It's literally forcing it on you, and it makes it so much harder to kind of go any other direction but this direction. I can say all these like little practical tips, but this is like the actual stuff that's really gonna make this stick in a way that's also more applicable to your lives, because you're gonna be on social media anyways, so why not make it more useful? If it's not helping you, it's hurting you. So make these things in your lives that you can't maybe get out of, make them helpful to you. Utilize everything to your advantage. Make these things work for you. Even your drive to work. Maybe you don't like the work that you do or the drive there, but make the time that you are using on like the time that you're driving useful to you. Don't just waste it listening to music that's programming you into the wrong self-concept. We want to use this time period to program ourselves into good, and to program ourselves into our higher version. Maybe you want to listen to affirmations. Maybe you want to listen to subliminals. Maybe you want to listen to peaceful binaural beats that are going to give you that good uplifting frequency. Maybe you want to use this time to do breath work. Maybe you want to use this time to pray. Maybe you want to use this time to meditate. Maybe not meditate while driving, but there's different ways you can use this time. But don't do something that's not going to be helping you. Don't do things that are going to hurt you. Like, utilize the time that you have and the things that you're doing and make them like kind of habit stack. You're going to hold yourself back, and you're also like pulling yourself back by doing other things that are stopping this goal from happening, and that are just literally holding you back and just doing the opposite. Sometimes what your goal is, like you're doing some things in your day that are actually pushing you into the opposite direction. And it's about actually being observant in your day and like realizing, what is holding me back? What is stopping me? What are things that are actually the opposite of what I want? Okay, so it's about actually realizing those things and then taking action on them and stopping them. And I think I said this in a previous video, and I'm gonna say it again because, like I always mention, guys, repetition is key. Don't worry what other people have to say. People are going to be like, what is this change? Like, there's, like what I said before, there's an awkward stage in this transition period of transitioning into the higher version of yourself, where people are kind of like, what is this? Like, people are uncomfortable with it because they don't understand it. People fear what they do not understand. So it doesn't matter, okay? Just forget that. It doesn't, who cares? Like, it's gonna pass and people get used to it. You change, people change, and people get used to it. It's like, maybe it's one day they think about it and they talk about it and then it's gone. So don't let other people's views and like, oh, what is this person gonna say? What's that person gonna, like, don't let that stop you from becoming the person that you want to be. That's all I want to say for this video, guys. If you have any more like suggestions for other people, put them in the comments. If you guys want to work with me one-on-one, I am a health coach, and you guys can find my links in the description. I do 6 sessions, 12 sessions, or 1 session. If you guys are not ready to commit fully to the 6 or 12 sessions, I do transformational health coaching and accountability coaching, because I'm going to be your accountability partner, and I'm going to hold you accountable to your goals and make sure you actually do them. And in the future, I want to start doing group coaching sessions. So if you guys are interested in group coaching, where we'd have like a group call, like a Zoom call, and there'd be like multiple of you, and then we would all talk about things, what's holding us back, our goals, and we all progress together. So now it's like kind of like a team effort, and you're also meeting people that are like-minded to you. If you guys would be interested in that, let me know. That's something I would really want to do in the future. And that's about it, guys. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video.